So, I built my first project as an indie hacker, and yes, it's looking shitty.
Bruh.
Long story short, it's failed. But what was the story of this project? A couple months ago, I decided to start learning web dev after 6 years of developing shitty games on Unity. There are a couple of the games. So, when I started to learn web dev, I don't really know how websites work and how all the internet working. So, I took the really good course in Udemy, but in this course, most of the examples was based on chickens. But who knows that these stupid examples can really explain hard topics on web dev really easily. By the time of the course, I discovered who is Mark Lowe and some other indie hackers, and how much money they making from their projects, and how they're doing more money than all my previous businesses together. So I started to ship. I built my first project that was a retro book picker. Really obvious, yeah? After that, I built the AI date idea generator that helping you to find ideas for dates based on your location, all the stuff. After that, I saw some opportunity and make a web scraper that right now doing for me something like $400 per month. So I decided why not to make the challenge like Levels when he does 12 startups in 12 months. But I gonna do 7 startups in 7 months. So the idea are to help other indie hackers to validate their idea by competitor research and a little bit web traffic analysis of the competitors. Really simple app, but for me it's gonna be the first app on React, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. I will start to research about which UI library I will use for this project. So I ended up with my favorite one, the one that I built all my previous project with, and it's the ZUI. Really simple UI kit that uses on the backend the Tailwind. And when I say easy, it's really easy. Because Daisy UI is the same as a Tailwind. You just need to place the classes for your div or what you're using, and that's gonna give you the style for this element. After I completed this stage, I jumped right to the next task, and it's to make authentication system. Because I don't really know how it's all working, so I just jumped right to the YouTube and I find this guy. And after a couple hours, I finally made my first authentication system on React. Of course with Firebase. To say that I understand it all, no, I don't gonna lie, I don't understand anything what I done, but hey, it's working. After a couple minutes of sitting in front of the screen and just smiling because it's fucking working, I started to work about the brain of the project, and it's the backend. Thanks to my previous projects, I a little bit understand how work in the backend, and I know how to make a simple backend via Node.js and Express. The plan of the backend is to get some data from the user inside the frontend that's gonna fill all the information about the idea. After that, I'm gonna send this information to OpenAI to get list of potential competitors and to get the links for the product hunt. And after that, I want to get all the information inside the product hunt and to present it to the user. And also to add some Google Trends card that's gonna explain about the trends of this idea. With the Google Trends, it was really simple because I just need to embed some iframe and it's gonna work. But with the product hunt, I have 2 ways to do it. First one is with third-party API, that where I need just to send the link for the product hunt, and I will gonna get a JSON of all the information about this product. But this API is a little bit expensive and it's also a monthly payment, so it's not really good for me. The second way is just to scrap by myself all the information from the page and to get what I needed. I choose the second one because it's much more cheaper and I don't really have money for that. So let's start to work. In 1 day of hard work, I finally completed with my backend, and I done it as a simple one call API where you just sending all the information, and after a couple seconds, minutes, you're gonna get all the information. So after that, it's gonna be easier to present all on the front end. So the backend are working, and let me show you how it works. So let's just run the server, and after that, let's open the Postman. And what is it? Let's close it. And let's just do a GET request. After that, it's gonna start to work. There you're gonna see, and right now it's showing that undefined. But let's see if it's gonna work. Yes, like you see, it's starting to scrape all the information. Right now, this one is information from the ChatGPT. Like you see, there is a separate links, also some information. And right now it's starting to scrap every page of it and try to check, because some of the links can really not be working. And let's open the Postman, and like you see, there is the result. The information from the ChatGPT about the SWOT analysis, and also every information about the competitors that you found, about the upvote, their rank, some links, images, and all the stuff. So it's working. After we saw that the backend is working, I right now need to make something that's gonna present from itself the backend. So I need to build a front end where the clients can just enter, see all the information in a normal way and not just in terminal. I started to build the wireframe and the prototype in Figma because it's much more easier for me to throw all the ideas on some visual place, and after that just to rebuild it with code. Need to mention that in the start I think about to buy some template or something that's gonna be ready to use from the start. But after I saw that it's gonna take a little bit more time to understand how it's working and it's gonna cost money, I decided I don't really need it because I don't have money for that. So because of it, I just searched for some inspirations and to make it by myself. After one day of lazy work, I completed with it, and let me show you what I make. Yes, it's a little bit shitty, but let's just move on. From there, I just started to code all the stuff with React and Daisy UI that I agreed in the start that I'm gonna use it. And so I built these pages: home page, settings page, create idea, list of ideas, and analysis of the idea. After that, I worked more couple hours to connect the front end and the back end, so they're gonna be communication between them. And there is the end result, how it's working. Let me show you the app. So this, like you see, I right now also filled some information there, and let's do the validate. Right now it's gonna take a little bit of time, like you see. Also it can take up to 3 minutes to build all the stuff. So I will be right back. But before that also I want to show you what I added. I added this one. You want to know what is it? Try it by yourself to click on this. And after a couple of minutes of loading, there is the result. Right now it's doing a little of bugs that it's just showing it twice, but there is the Google trend about the idea, a little bit of score, competitor only one searched, and after that also the SWOT analysis for this type of ideas that you're doing. Yeah, so let's continue. I decided to deploy the backend and the frontend as a separate parts. So I deployed the frontend to the vertical and the backend to the render. Why this decision? I don't really have an answer for that because it's just easier for me and I more understand how render works for the backend and how the vertical working for the frontend. And it's free. In the beginning, I forgot to mention that before I started, I built some really simple landing page with WordPress just to present all the features and to select some wish list before I started to build. The landing page looked like this. So it's really simple and don't really have a lot of points, but I think it's looking okay. After I built the landing page, I just posted it to Instagram and Twitter to get maybe a little bit of wish list. But I got only one wish list, and it was my good friend Artyom. Thanks, Artyom. I don't know if you saw, but in the landing page I mentioned that this product gonna cost $19 one-time payment. But let's be honest, these products are a lot of shitty. So I don't feel comfortable to take from people money about this shitty app. So I just make it a free. Because also the main goal of this project was more to learn about the React and how it's working, because it's my first project on React, and not to make a lot of money and to all this stuff. So the goal of this project are achieved. For the publishing of this product, I just done a couple posts on some subreddits and also my Twitter and all the stuff. And of course a product hunt, because just show me indie hackers that's not launching on product hunt, and I'm gonna be on the wave. To be honest, I don't really know how this product gonna be ended up and if it's gonna be get some users at least. But if it's gonna be interesting for you, just follow me on Twitter, and there I'm gonna post more about behind the scene and also about the results after publishing to all the places and the YouTube video, of course. Also, I invited you to try this app, the link in the bio. So just try it. I was Max, see you in the next project that I will build.